Do you ever wake up to rain and 3 new pimples on your face and just the inescapable urge to declare Sabrina Carpenter the pop queen, the breakout star, the it girlie of 2024? Stick around. Welcome back to Cute Shit with Brie. And on this show, we have generally discussed Taylor Swift. Now, I'm drinking out of the Dolly mug today. I believe Dolly would want this to be a safe space for all pop girlies, not just Taylor Swift. And granted, you can't avoid Taylor right now. She's the hottest. Time has declared to her HBIC, head bitch in charge. However, there are other pop girlies that we are ignoring right now that perhaps deserve our attention as well. One of those girlies, Sabrina Carpenter. If you're a Taylor fan, I'm sure you probably know who she is because she has been touring with Taylor occasionally, opening for her on the Eras tour. However, this isn't so much about Taylor, this is about Sabrina. This is about why I believe Sabrina Carpenter is about to have her breakout year in the year of our Lord 2024. And it's only 2023, y'all, so I'm really putting myself out there saying this. I'm not really someone who puts myself out there. I'm someone who takes myself and puts myself in. I keep myself in, not put myself out. But I put myself out for Sabrina. I'm really risking it all here, risking it all. I think it's important that I know up front, am I a Sabrina Carpenter stan? Not really. Previously to recently. Now, what the fuck does that mean? Girl, I don't know, but I'll try and interpret myself. Basically, that means I know Sabrina Carpenter has been making music for, girl, literal decades. She's been in the business for a decade, but I don't think she's really had like a breakout year. Argue with me in the comments. Literally, I love it. It feeds me. But I don't think she's had a breakout year. I don't think she's like a household name. And I do think she's had this like slow burn career. I do think she's been building towards something. And I think 2024 is it. I think the pieces are finally in place. I think the dominoes are primed and ready. All we have to do is give it a little dip. So stick with me. If you love pop culture, if you love Sabrina Carpenter, if you love world peace, if you love feminism, stay with us, baby girl. Reason number 1 that Sabrina Carpenter is poised and ready for world domination in 2024. Basically, every pop girly who really explodes and like has an epic career has to go through the drama or has been through the drama. They have to be battle tested. And Sabrina Carpenter, sweetie, has been battle tested. It's like Taylor Swift had 2016. Britney had Baldgate. Beyonce had Slayage, beating the shit out of Jay-Z in that grainy black and white service elevator footage that we all saw. That shit was crazy. What did Sabrina Carpenter have? I think we all know, but I'm gonna recap it for us anyway. She had the Olivia Rodrigo, Joshua Bassett, Sabrina Carpenter, craziest teen love triangle since Twilight, baby girls. That shit was wild. Basically, so the lore goes at this point, since this is all old now. This is old news. But Olivia Rodrigo burst onto the scene and released a little album called Sour. And in that album, there was a song called Driver's License, which had lyrics that went like so. And you're probably with that blonde girl who always made me doubt. She's so much older than me. She's everything I'm insecure about. Now, obviously, people dug the shit into these lyrics. Obviously, people knew that Olivia Rodrigo and Joshua Bassett had done High School Musical together. They knew that they had been dating and that they were no longer dating. So a lot of this, Olivia's album Sour, was a breakup record. Basically, Olivia was, so the lore goes, no one can prove this, but basically calling out in a very gentle, like not antagonistic way, just that the girl who Joshua kind of left her for or whatever was Sabrina Carpenter. Now, This rocked the teen and older 20s pop world. People were like, who's this blonde bitch? Who's this blonde girl? People who didn't give a shit about High School Musical were like, blonde girl, Olivia Rodrigo's talking about. And the results were Sabrina Carpenter, who is 4 years older than Olivia Rodrigo. I didn't even listen to Sabrina. I didn't even know who Sabrina Carpenter was at this point. And I too remember playing part in this anti-feminist witch hunt and Googling, who is the blonde girl? And looking up Sabrina Carpenter and being like, huh, and thinking no more about it. But I did want to know, and for that, I am ashamed of myself. Basically, everyone was hating. The world really turned on Sabrina Carpenter. The witch hunt began. People were like, she stole him away from Olivia. Olivia and Joshua are perfect together. She's a terrible, cheater. All this to say, Sabrina really went through it. People fucking hated her. Because basically, Olivia, it's kind of like that psychological phenomenon that's actually proven where if you come out, there's a first bias. So if you hear something first or see something first or experience something first, you have a tendency to believe it and like it more than the things you see or hear subsequently. And so Olivia had her record out first. She had her side of the story out first. And then Joshua and Sabrina kind of got theirs out after the fact. But it kind of looks like you're scrambling, You're scrambling to tell your side. But it's just this man who, whatever, get him out of here. But anyway, all this to say, Sabrina Carpenter really went through it that year that Sour came out. She got death threats, I believe she said. It was wild. But I think that really goes to show, if you can go through something like that in show business and still persevere and still love the art enough to come out the other side swinging, it's amazing. And still have the public come back to you slowly but surely. That is so impressive to me. And I feel like she really did that. Point number 2. Our girl was locked in to a very, I don't want to say toxic. She doesn't speak so much about this on the record, but I've been able to infer from interviews and podcasts that I've listened to that she was basically signed to this very extensive Disney recording deal. When she was 12, she said that she signed to this deal. So what that meant was when she was very young and she was very passionate about singing and she was like, I just want to be a songwriter. I just want to sing my songs. She signed to a Disney-owned Hollywood record label. And they said that she was going to need to put out 5 albums with them. But when you're 12, and your parents aren't in the industry necessarily, you're living in Pennsylvania, you're like, this is amazing, this is my breakout opportunity, I've really made it. I get to make 5 albums, this is a career, this is amazing for me. What you don't realize at the time is that the Disney Channel was kind of already on the decline, which is how a lot of those stars, like Hilary Duff, et cetera, were able to kind of promote some of their work, is because the Disney Channel shows were popping the fuck off. But by the time Sabrina was in the mix, those shows were kind of going on the decline. People weren't really watching them anymore. Streaming was picking up. And it's if you don't have the shows to promote the music, it's this weird, the symbiosis is all off. And so she just wasn't getting the promotion that she probably wanted. She probably wasn't getting the creative control that she probably wanted. And there was probably a lot of people saying what she could wear, what she couldn't wear, what she could write, what she couldn't write. And Olivia Rodrigo, talk about diverging career paths, was able to not sign a deal like this. And she signed with Universal. And she was able to put out perhaps a better, more truer record to herself much earlier, I think, than Sabrina was able to. But she signed this 5-album deal, was basically indentured to them, and was able to, still work with a lot of amazing singers and songwriters and producers, but wasn't able to be a free bitch until much later. It was only in January 2021 that she signed with, Universal Music Group's Island Records. Plenty of artists are signed with them. And once she signed with them, she actually got her first ever Billboard Hot 100 hit, which was Skin, which of course was the Olivia Rodrigo kind of rebuttal track So everybody was listening to it. But it just goes to show, like, there was some stifling happening there. There was some, like, creativity that was being suppressed when she was with Hollywood Records. And then when she was able to break free and able to not have to be on this, like, 5-album contract anymore, now, and only in 2021, so she hasn't had that long of, like, freedom. And that's another reason I think 2024 is just, she's poised and ready. Because in 2022, she released her album, Emails. I Can't Send, which honestly is an iconic, like, name and vibe for an album. It just wasn't appreciated as much, like, in the mainstream culture. Like, I wasn't hearing about it. Let's put it that way. I know all you stans are gonna be like, everyone knows about it, everyone loved it immediately, but it's like, bitch, they didn't. I don't know how to tell you that. People didn't hear about it. It wasn't breaking any records. It wasn't hitting, like, the tops of any charts. It was just, like, there and kind of getting a little bit of positive review, but it was like a very soft entrance into the world. And she is on the record as saying that Emails I Can't Send was her first, like, big girl album, for sure. And it's like, that's because she was able to break free of this, like, Hollywood record 5-album contract. Which brings us to Emails I Can't Send, which is certainly point number 3 for why our baby girl is ready to take the world by storm in 2024. Emails I Can't Send is an album that is really good. Point blank, period. It is a good pop album. Sabrina Carpenter has been in writers' rooms, as I said, since she was like, what, 12, 13? She's been working with people like Julia Michaels, like, for a literal decade now. And it's like that kind of experience writing and working with so many different people and having that trust in yourself of what's gonna work, what doesn't, what you need to cut, when you should speak up and say, fuck that, like, I know this is good and this is what we're gonna stick with, and when you need to step back is such a hard thing. Like, I think a lot of pop girlies, like, have this hit song and break out onto the scene, and then they don't have the experience of, like, trusting themselves in a studio with, like, big producers and big songwriters, and so they kind of, like, lose themselves, and then their career just gets taken over, and then maybe they never make another record or another single that is a hit. And I really think she has, like, the foundation to write more of these. Like, Emails I Can't Send is just the beginning, bitches. And you can quote my ass on that. But, like, it's a good pop album. A couple standout tracks for me, Nonsense, obviously, we'll get into it. Like to Boy, which is another kind of more in-depth exploration of what she went through with the Joshua Bassett, Olivia Rodrigo love triangle. We have Vicious, which is really good. Also, Already Over, I love. If you have not listened to Already Over by Sabrina Carpenter, go and listen to it right now because it's very good. It is quality. Also, I really do feel like this is going to be an album that, like, blows up more and more in 2024. Like, we've already seen Nonsense blow up and other songs blow up more in 2023 as she's been touring, as she's been on the Eras Tour, and I really think as she is on the Eras Tour a bit more in 2024, as she has more singles, if she drops another album, like, people are gonna go back and listen to this album, they're gonna be like, fire, fire, fire track, fire track. And it's just, like, gonna gain popularity. It's not unlike Taylor, right? Where she re-releases her music and she gains a lot of new fans because, like, fans who missed it the first time around are kind of, like, re-examining it the second, third, fourth time around. And I feel like as Sabrina Carpenter tours, as she continues to sing these songs on tour, as they continue to go viral as shit, the new fans are going to come. They're going to revisit these albums. They're going to be like, these are amazing. And the sales are going to continue to grow, baby girl. That's show business. Actually, that's capitalism, but that's for another video. Which leads us to point number, is this 4? Point number 4, her first real breakout hit. Stans, call me out, honestly, for real. I probably could be wrong on this. Nonsense seems to be, like, the first big hit. Like, Nonsense is literally the slowest of slow fucking burns. If you've read, like, a slow burn romance book, you know what I mean. it's like where it builds and it builds and it builds. It's not like insta love, okay? Nonsense was released as a single, but it wasn't even released as like the first or second single, I believe, off Emails I Can't Send. It was, I think, the third. And it is so good. Nonsense, I can't get out of my head. It's just replaying. And I guess that's what a pop song is. Huh. But like, it feels like 2023, it's like there's so much momentum with this song for me. It's like, this Emails I Can't Send is literally her 7th, she's put out 7 albums, right? And it's like, we're just now getting this like first big hit after 7 albums. So also, just a PSA, like for any of us who want to write a book or want to write a song or want to make a YouTube video, it's like, you don't have to have instant success. You can put in the work and you can do the Sabrina Carpenter Slow Burn Soar. Sabrina Carpenter Slow Burn Soar, there's nothing wrong with it. It's still amazing, it's still slay. And it's like, obviously, Nonsense is really successful for a lot of reasons. I know some people are gonna be like, Sabrina Carpenter might only be blowing up because of the Eras Tour. No, I disagree with you there. Because that takes way too much credit away from her. I think the Eras Tour has obviously helped, but it's like Gracie Abrams is on the Eras Tour. She opened up for, I think, more shows even than Sabrina. I don't see Gracie's ass blowing up. You know, I don't see Gracie having any songs that are getting really popular. I don't see myself having any desire to revisit her albums. I like Gracie Abrams, no shade. She has some really good songs. I mean, what is it, 21 or 22? I love that song. 21st birthday, yeah, 21. But it's just like meh, you know? I didn't see her perform and be like, oh yeah, I need to fucking pay attention to that girl. No, but Sabrina is a different story. And I think the genius of Nonsense is that it's like, one, it's an amazing song, but two, it's accompanied by like an amazing marketing strategy. She does these outros with Nonsense that are, and you have to be truly living under a actual boulder to have not heard a Sabrina Carpenter Nonsense outro at this point. But you know what? I love my cave trolls living under boulders. Welcome to Cute Shit with Brie. Let's talk about Nonsense outros. Even if you have, you know, even if you love Nonsense outros, you know you want to hear someone talk about them more. So let's talk about them either way. Basically, the end of the song Nonsense has this like little thing called an outro, which is kind of like, you have an intro to the song, you have an outro. The outro goes like this. This song catchier than chicken pox is. I bet your house is where my other sock is. Woke up this morning, thought I'd write a pop hit. How quickly can you take your clothes off, pop quiz? I'm not gonna sing that shit for you guys because like literally disrespectful from me to you. Disrespectful from me to you. I would never hurt you like that. However, that's kind of like the normal outro. So what she does in the show is she does the normal outro and then she'll add a little something spicy onto it. Like every city that she's in, she will change up the outro a little bit. She'll make it special to the city, to something about the city. It's super creative, it's super fun, and super viral. It's literally a marketing wet dream. It's not unlike what Taylor does with the secret songs at the Eras Tour, because it's like everybody, surprise songs. It's because like everybody knows what the set list is gonna be at this point, but the surprise songs are always different, always changing. It makes people wanna tune into the live streams of the tour. It makes people wanna go to different shows. And the same with Sabrina. It's like people love these fucking outros. They're so fun. Everyone whips out their camera. Everyone's posting them everywhere. It makes that shit go so viral. And it's literally made this song, her song, which is an amazing song, blow the fuck up. As it should have already. But like an example, this is one she did in the Philippines when she was in Manila. She said, his ex is a motel, I'm a villa. He said, I taste better than vanilla. What's your favorite city? Mine's Manila. I'll just let you watch it. I mean, it's so clever. I love these. But also it's like, I think that brings me to point number 5, which is just like the overall virality, and not virality like childbearing, but like virality, like how viral can you go? What's your potential to go viral at any given moment?
Need to grading you, boy, I'm just flirting. One too many stunners, I'll be twerking. You got some big old brats out here in Berlin.
And I feel like Sabrina Carpenter has high viral potential at any given moment. Like these outros are going amazingly viral. Like she's gonna keep doing them.
Boy, I'm in your area like Blackfield. I just hang the song and do some shagging. Playing in Hyde Park is such a bad thing.
I'm sure she's realized with the success of this that these are things she's probably gonna keep putting into other songs or incorporating in really creative ways. I think she also does things during the live shows that also go viral, where she like makes up songs about people. She's an amazing vocal, like live performer. She has vocals, like the vocals are on point, which thank God, because I think we know with a lot of pop girlies that is like absolutely not the case. No disrespect and no name calling, but it's just not the case. And she's also got these like really iconic outfits. Like she wears these like little heart. These were designed specifically for the Eras tour. She doesn't always wear these, but her outfits are really iconic, and just like she always wears these platform boots because she is a short queen. She's like 5 foot. But she has these like really, really cute, like iconic heart corset tops that just slay. ZZ not right now. It's like part of what you need to be successful as a pop artist is to like build a brand and to like associate yourself in like a specific way with people. And she's doing that with her outros, with her amazing vocals, with her very specific outfits that change just enough, but not too much. And also it's like people are gonna think about Halloween. What are they gonna be for Halloween? Her outfits are super fun and cute to be for Halloween. You could also do branded merch. You could sell these freaking corsets in some way. So it's like, there's so many options there. I mean, and speaking of Halloween, speaking of holidays, point number 6, our girl also released a holiday album. What pop girly is working harder in 2023? She released a holiday album, Fruitcake, which was super good. I listened to it, but she released music videos for it. Her outfits were freaking amazing. She released like a nonsense Christmas remix that was actually fucking good. It's like, I haven't listened to a holiday album and been like even a little bit impressed in decades. Like this album is impressive. We need to sit down and we need to give credit where credit is due. Pop stars have been phoning it in on holiday albums for generations. It's been massacre after massacre after massacre of like Santa. It's like, when since Mariah has anyone made any lasting impact on the Christmas industrial complex? Never. But honestly, I will listen to Sabrina Carpenter's Fruitcake. It's like the visuals in the music videos are really cute. Her outfits, again, are amazing. The vocals, the lyrics are witty and sexy. I just really appreciated it. And I know I'm simping so hard for Sabrina Carpenter right now, but like, allow me that, right? Just allow me that. Okay, point number 7. God, counting is so hard, y'all. Point number 7. I could not in good conscience name her like the pop breakout girlie of 2024 if the Catholic Church was not a little bit pissed at her. Forgive me, Lord. But basically, she has released a new single called Feather, which is not from emails I can't send. It's like a new single. It slays. It's nonsense, maybe even a little bit better than nonsense in my opinion. I love it. The music video is amazing. She does not phone it the fuck in. She works so hard. She really works so hard, and she's been such a slow burn, and I want this so bad for her. And I'm not just manifesting that. I really believe that finally all the things are in place. But anyway, basically the music video is like, features her during certain parts in a literal church with like coffins of like men who've done her wrong. And she's like in this very cute, like black widow outfit. Well, apparently like a bishop okayed her to film the video at this church. Let's just say that bishop is no more. Apparently he looked into her and thought, this will be fine. Apparently he watched her other videos and thought, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing untoward here. Well, the Catholic Church peeped the video. I love the visual of thinking about like a bunch of priests or something watching this video, but they peeped the video, were very displeased, and fired this bishop to whatever extent that's possible, and I think are suing her or something. But anyway, it's like the Catholic Church causing all this fuss only makes this video and Sabrina Carpenter go even more viral. And she also has a quote that I freaking died at, where she says like, Jesus was a carpenter. I was like, my girl she's got jokes. She's got jokes. She doesn't take life too seriously. I love it. To summarize, I think she's poised and ready for a breakout. Other miscellaneous reasons, I think that she's figured her bangs out. This is her before. I mean, nothing wrong, but like, she wasn't serving cunt. Do you know what I mean? She wasn't serving much in the hair department. And now look at this. I mean, this is steal your man bangs. This is I killed your man bangs, and I'm about to marry you instead. And you'll let her because look at these bangs. They are divine. They are perfect for the face shape. She's figured her hair out. She's figured her bangs out. When a woman really figures her hair and bangs out, she does become unstoppable in a way that society is very fearful of. And that's just signs, baby. She's also got a TikTok impersonator who looks almost exactly like her. And that, I think, is another sign that you've kind of like, you're starting to really blow up. I mean, when Taylor Swift got Ashley, as we all know, and like these people who just started to basically look and dress like her professionally full-time on TikTok, that's kind of a sign that you're like really blowing the fuck up. So congrats, I guess, Sabrina. She's also still touring with Taylor for all of February and March. So she still has plenty of Slayage left on the Eras tour. And who knows, maybe we'll get new songs. Maybe we'll get that. I also think she's done so much work, it's like mind-boggling. We don't deserve the serves that she's given us. I mean, she just dropped that holiday EP album, but she did drop that single Feather. It does lead me to believe that there's probably going to be some kind of album announcement in 2024. We don't deserve it, but I'll accept it. And that is what I think is really going to be the crux of her like superstardom. I really think everything's in place. She's poised and ready. There's public awareness about her. She's pissing off the Catholic Church. Nonsense is going insanely viral. It's just like the pieces are in play. But what do y'all think? Is Sabrina Carpenter our pop girlie of 2024? If not her, who? If not now, when? Let me know down below. And I'll see y'all next week.